I've been in teacher preparation for many years, let's say for over 3 decades, and I haven't seen something this good.
In California, the CSU prepares 50% of the teachers, and we're one of the largest producers of teachers across the nation.
The CSUs have an amazing history as a sort of backbone of higher education in the state, and the role that they've developed over time to be places of innovation around teacher preparation is impressive.
We're a 23 campus system, and 22 of our campuses offer teacher preparation programs, and so we have a built-in infrastructure to share best practices and lessons learned.
These campuses are hugely varied, very different in their nature, their character, their history, who goes there, who teaches there. Yet there's some sense of community across the CSUs that makes possible a certain kind of innovation that I think is unusual.
What we do as a system really has a major impact on the field of teacher preparation. So the New Generation of Educators Initiative really has the potential and the promise to change how we prepare teachers so that they can meet the needs of all students.
When it comes to teacher preparation, if you look at that, I think there's more criteria, more standards, and it certainly is better defined than it has been in the past. And I think we are responding to that.
What the New Generation of Educators does is it focuses on 5 different key transformation elements: partnerships, prioritize skills, preparation through practice, continuous, really robust feedback to candidates, and the 5th, which is use of data. Those key transformation elements are, in essence, the signature of the new generation of educators.
Historically, if you look at teacher preparation, it's very university driven, and the responsibility is in the hands of the university faculty, the professors. And in this type of a residency model, it's a shared vision and a joint responsibility.
We have a Fresno State professor in each of the classes and a Fresno Unified co-teacher in each one of the classes. So we co-teach all of the classes together. There's always the university lens and then the Fresno Unified lens for all of the students.
There's more communication as far as the university is concerned, and our district. I mean, we're working hand in hand, and with our school site. All 3 of us are just working hand in hand.
They're working very closely together in every aspect of teacher preparation.
High leverage practices are the practices that teachers, what we would like teachers to be able to do the second they step into a classroom.
It's important to see whether beginning teachers are actually able to do things like lead a discussion or elicit a child's thinking or explain a topic.
We went from 13 areas that we were looking for to 4 that really focused in on exactly what we wanted to see happening in the classroom.
It definitely takes a different kind of teacher preparation because we're trying to help students learn how to think for themselves and be able to reason about things, forming their own knowledge and being able to use that, because a lot of our professions and problems that we're going to be dealing with these days are problems that we have never solved before. In the past, I felt like I needed to model effective teaching, and that if I modeled it, that my students would be able to reenact it. And really what I needed to do is give them an opportunity to practice that.
We don't want you to spend 4 years of trial and failure before you figure out what your students need. We want that to be a much shortened learning curve. It takes several years of practice, trial and error, before you gain that confidence to say, okay, I'm going to do this with my classroom and I know that it's going to work successfully.
It does allow us to get insight that we would never see as in the traditional program. It really allows us to enter into a classroom and get that hands-on experience.
The most significant thing from a candidate's perspective is what kind of feedback they're going to be getting.
If a candidate receives high quality feedback that has evidence and it's specific and it's related to key skills that we think are important, we think that's going to push the needle on their achievement in the classroom.
The district has administrators who are designated to go in and provide feedback. The university has designated faculty who are giving feedback, and all of that feedback is calibrated and aligned with what counts as effective teaching.
You're actually looking in that moment to see, are the students learning what was intended?
That's part of my job a lot, is training the mentor teachers and making sure that they have the skills necessary to give feedback to the student teachers.
It's akin to medical training, the kind of internship and residency that physicians have, where they're working very closely with a group of mentors, and those mentors do serve as coaches for them, helping them better their skills on a continuing basis.
Data is what tells us what we need to do next. It's the temperature that we take in order to plan our next training, support the residents in specific areas.
They don't want to know just averages, like how overall on the average are people doing. They want to know about the variability. They want to know which are the cases in which we have to be doing more for our candidates, and which are the ones that are doing exceptionally well, and what are the explanations for those things.
The quality of the conversation is at a much deeper level, and the problems that people are solving together are the real problems that are facing school districts right now.
We have created a network within the CSU where we share information and share experiences, and that is the strength of the system.
The amount of imagination and courage in the leadership of the system, in the leadership on the campuses, and in the faculty who are recruited to work here and are so committed to the teacher candidates who go to the CSUs, it's deeply impressive.
This is all about dreaming big, being bold in aspirations.
You can see the magnifier effect, because if you have more programs who collaborate to build better teacher preparation, and they in turn are preparing teachers who enter the classroom with much more skill than we've ever seen, you begin to see a difference for children, and in the end it's all about the children.
And so I feel like I've been seeking my whole adult life as a professional, something which was really outstanding in teacher preparation. And here we found it, and here we're putting it in place.